Hello everyone, this is Nimish and today we're going to review the movie Oppam, which was a huge hit of Mohanlal in 2016, and it was directed by Priyadarshan and it was a thriller. It's a very different kind of thriller because it involves a blind man who kind of tends and tries to solve this mystery and how that progresses. First off, the first half of the movie was, I feel, very short. I don't know what exactly they thought because the second half felt so long and it just felt like the movie is going on and on. I just felt that the spacing and the division between the first half and the second half could have been better. So that's my first point about this movie, that it would have set a better balance, because honestly in the first half the movie builds up to the point where the kind of death happens and then immediately gets into interval, and then in the second half there's a lot of interesting things happening, but it feels like the viewer does not get a break or the things keep going on and on. So kind of better divide is the first thing I feel that Oppam should have had. Secondly, on the direction level, this was a really well made movie. The movie starts off in a very nice manner from the village setting, and Mohanlal comes to the city, the town where he works, and then slowly, progressively, very smoothly and gradually things start going forward. The death happens, things happen, the kind of hero villain thing happen because the villain is always after Mohanlal. So everything happens, the police station sequences happen, a lot happens in the second half also, and the movie kind of has a perfect climax too. So this movie is very well made. I think that the progression is very gradual, consistent, and that's how every movie should be. And of course it's directed by the veteran Priyadarshan, so that's a given that he made it really well. Of course, this one thing that I had a complaint about is the editing. I think that in certain situations and certain places the scenes were too dragged, the scenes were too long, and I felt that if they were made trimmer, this movie would have had a bigger punch. Like the movie gave us too much time to breathe is what I feel, and that's something that I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not. Of course the movie's worked, it's a big hit and everyone liked it and even I loved it, but I just feel that the movie could have been even better and would have had even more kind of audience retention to it and mind retention to it if it just had few trimming. A few seconds here and there make a huge difference. I'll give you an example right now. Like, let's say this is a pause scene and I'm pausing for 3 seconds like this, and now I'm pausing for more. You see, that makes a world of a difference. Like, both scenes can mean so many different things, and both scenes give you an impact of like, wait, this guy is staring, why is this guy staring for so long? So kind of, that's how editing is. A few seconds can make a world of a difference. So whenever I say it could have been shorter, I don't mean remove an entire scene and throw it out. I just mean that those scenes could have been trimmer, and that's something that would have made this movie more gripping and would have made us sit like this and wondering what's going to happen next, what's going to happen next. Aju Varghese is here in a very serious role and a very kind of grey area kind of role, and I actually enjoyed his performance once again after Pretham. I like to see him in these serious roles, in these kind of different roles. He does a fantastic job, and my sister also watches some of these movies with me, and she knows that he's usually a comedian, but in this movie, when he came on screen, she predicted that this guy's going to do something, this guy's going to do something wrong. He looks only like that. And that's that kind of impact an actor has, that even though you may have a baggage of comedy, even though you may have a baggage of, a different persona altogether, in the movie that you're in, you come across as the character you're playing. And that's what I really liked about Aju Varghese's character. The villain, the guy from Visaranai, of course, I felt very straightforward in this movie, and I thought they could have added a new dimension to that villain, because we really don't know much about him. We really don't know a lot, and at the same time he's just going after Mohanlal, trying to kill him and everything. So I thought a little more dimension to that villain would have helped this movie. Now, all these things that I'm saying about the movie might come across like I'm criticizing it, but I'm not. I'm actually liked the movie so much that I wished it could have been better. It's like a 4-star movie that could have been 5-star. So, these are the few things that if they had worked on a little more, and, this movie would have been so good that it could have got a much larger appreciation nationwide. This movie is being remade in Hindi with Ajay Devgan, of course directed by Priyadarshan, but I think that even if they had made this movie a little more tighter, as I'm saying, a little more worked on, it would have impressed even the bigger stars. Of course, Ajay Devgan is a huge star, but it would have impressed bigger stars like SRK, Amir Khan, who Priyadarshan sent the movie to to kind of check, and they probably didn't respond for various reasons. So overall, this movie was suspenseful. Some of the sequences in the second half and the first half were very interesting. The concept of how a blind man kind of figures out and has stronger sense of smell, stronger sense of hearing, has been shown very well. And of course, Mohanlal again shines in this role. But I'm sure that you guys will agree that he has done so many great performances that this movie was pretty easy for him to do. It was not something difficult for him. It's a thriller movie. It's not like an acting based movie, but he did it very naturally as always. So there's no words to describe him. And I think that to depict a heightened sense of smell and hearing is a talent, while you have to keep your eyes open and act like you're blind. So definitely that's a tough thing to do, and he did it with ease because he's Mohanlal, and so his performance helped this movie a lot. Overall, this movie definitely I think is great, but it could have been much better. I'm going with 3.5 stars for Oppam. I hope you like this review. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and keep watching.